appreciate the updates, please do so. So let me go ahead and share with you. So again, for those of you hopping on a little bit late, what we had is roughly about 5 hours ago, the Iranian International News, they broadcast that in the coming hours, the world is going to be witnessing extraordinary scenes and very important developments. This is in regards to what unfolded in Tehran. This is a retaliation against Israel over the assassination of the Hamas chief. So this came out roughly 5 hours ago. Then coming out roughly 3 hours ago, this is directly from the U.S. Department of Defense's website. The U.S. will send more defense military capabilities to the Middle East. Now, in addition to that, here's one coming out from the Associated Press that is going to be summarizing what has come out from the U.S. Department of Defense. It says the U.S. is going to be boosting military presence in the Middle East, sending fighters, jet squadrons, and keeping carriers in the region. Now, the article says, and this came out, just to let you know, this came out roughly 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago, it says the United States will move a fighter jet squadron to the Middle East and maintain an aircraft carrier in the region, the Pentagon said on Friday today, beefing up the American military presence to help defend Israel from possible attacks by Iran and its proxies and to safeguard U.S. troops in the region. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has also ordered additional ballistic missile defense capabilities, cruisers, and destroyers to the European and Middle Eastern regions and is taking steps to send more land-based ballistic missile defense weapons there, the Pentagon said in a statement on Friday evening today. The shifts make good on the promise that President Joe Biden made to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. In a call Thursday afternoon, Biden discussed new U.S. military deployments to protect against possible attack from ballistic missiles and drones, according to the White House. Now, in April, the U.S. forces intercepted dozens of missiles and drones fired by Iran against Israel and helped down nearly all of them. Now, the U.S. leaders, they worry about the escalating violence in the Middle East in response to recent attacks by Israel and Hamas and Hezbollah leaders, which triggered threats of retaliation. Iran also has threatened to respond after Hamas leaders Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated in Tehran on Wednesday, a day after the senior Hezbollah commander Fahoud Shakur was killed in Beirut. Now, Israel has vowed to end Hamas leaders over the group's October 7th attacks, which sparked the war in Gaza. Austin is ordering the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier strike group to the Middle East to replace the USS Theodore Roosevelt carrier strike group, which is in the Gulf of Oman, but scheduled to come home later this summer. That discussion suggests that the Pentagon has decided to keep a carrier consistently in the region as a deterrent against Iran at least until next year. The Pentagon did not say where the fighter jet squadron was coming from or where it will be based in the Middle East. A number of allies in the region are often willing to base U.S. military forces, but don't want it made public. The Pentagon has options to provide additional land-based ballistic missile defense, such as the Patriot or the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, known as the THAAD, both of which launch interceptor missiles from specialized trailer-based mobile launching systems. The Pentagon did not identify what system it will be deploying to augment defenses in the region. The White House, in a statement, said Biden reaffirmed his commitment to Israel's security against all threats from Iran, including its proxy groups from Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthi rebels. So we are hearing that Biden has just recently, in the last 24 hours, come out and he has reaffirmed the United States stands with Israel and the United States will support Israel in this war. The United States is going to be going to war alongside of them against Iran. Earlier Friday, Sabrina Singh, the Pentagon spokesperson, told reporters that moves were in the works. She said Austin will be directing multiple force movements to provide additional support to Israel and increase protection for U.S. troops in the region. Military and defense officials, they have been considering a wide array of options, from additional ships and fighter aircraft squadrons to added air defense systems or unmanned weapons. In many cases, the U.S. does not provide details because host nations are very sensitive about the presence of additional U.S. forces and don't want those movements made public.